KJ Wright. What's the deal? Alright, what's up everyone? I'm Filoki, and today I'm gonna give my reasoning for why I believe the Seattle Seahawks should sign KJ Wright. KJ Wright, as many of you may know, is still a free agent and has remained unsigned throughout the entirety of the offseason so far, which means he is still available for the Seattle Seahawks to pick up. Now in this video, I'm going to give my three main reasons why I believe the Seattle Seahawks should and must re-sign KJ Wright, and the final point is going to be talking a little bit about why it is also good for KJ Wright to sign back to the Seahawks as well. Now to jump right into it, the first reason and arguably most important reason why the Seattle Seahawks should bring back KJ Wright is his talent. KJ Wright is a supremely talented linebacker, and if the Seahawks decided to bring him back, he would immediately come in and be the second best linebacker on the team, right behind Bobby Wagner. Now, of course, he may not be the youngest or the most athletic or the quickest linebacker on the team. Jordan Brooks is very young, very quick, very explosive. We also have some pretty good guys going into the rookie minicamp right now. Darrell Taylor may move out to linebacker. He is absolutely amazingly athletic, and we also got some interesting guys in Ben Burr-Kirven, Cody Barton that are young and have the possibility to be better. However, KJ Wright, as of right now, is the most talented possible option that we have other than Bobby Wagner in the linebacker group, and we could easily sign him to a one-year deal that wouldn't be very expensive. And it would definitely be important to bring in the most talented and most intellectually sound and the highest IQ linebacker we possibly could, because the Seahawks are constantly in a state of win now mode. Now, of course, as I mentioned before, KJ Wright may not be the most explosive, athletic, or quick linebacker on the team, but his experience and knowledge of the game would 100% make up for it, like it has in the past few years. As his speed has continued to decrease, his knowledge of the game and IQ has continued to increase, which allows him to make the same plays. He just has to rely more on his knowledge, his IQ, and his ability to read a play before it happens, more than his speed. So that would be something that would of course limit him, but it hasn't shown to limit him enough to not be a great linebacker in the recent years with the Seahawks. So still, the Seahawks should of course bring him back because he is supremely talented, he understands the game insanely well, and he will make the plays even if he is not the most athletic linebacker. What he lacks in speed, he makes up for in knowledge of the game, IQ, and experience. He is going to be dominant no matter what he does. He may be slower than other guys, but he is much smarter than the other guys, and he will make the play before every other guy on the field except for Bobby Wagner. And the second reason why I believe the Seattle Seahawks should sign back KJ Wright is his experience. KJ Wright is a veteran in the NFL. He has played many years in the NFL, and although the Seattle Seahawks have what many people think is the greatest veteran presence in the entire NFL in Bobby Wagner, the man is one of, if not the best linebacker in the league, and he will be able to help any single player on the defense get better just from what he can say to them and teach them. KJ Wright and Bobby Wagner would play completely different roles. Although they are both linebackers, they are both doing two separate jobs, and what KJ Wright can teach to a guy like Darrell Taylor or any other young linebacker on the team that may be coming up to take his spot would be very important for that player to know, because they are witnessing firsthand what they have to do. Now, Bobby Wagner, of course, is a great mentor, a great guy for any player to watch if they're going to be coming up to be a linebacker. But KJ Wright, if he is playing the exact role that a linebacker younger than him in the system would be going up to play next year or the year after that, it would be very important for them to watch KJ Wright to know exactly what they must do, because KJ Wright is going to make the right play 99.9% of the time because of how much experience and how much knowledge he has of the game. So having a young player watching KJ Wright make all of the right plays in the exact position that that young player is hoping to go up and start for the team in is going to be very important. And why wouldn't you just want extra veteran presence, especially if it's someone as talented as KJ Wright who can start and have a very meaningful impact for the team. And now the third and final reason why I believe the Seattle Seahawks should sign back KJ Wright, and why it would also be a good move for KJ Wright, is the plausibility of the deal actually happening. Now, of course, there are rumors every single year about players that the Seahawks don't end up getting, like Antonio Brown, someone like that, where it's like, oh, look at the Seahawks got this guy. But if the Seahawks brought back KJ Wright, this is something that could actually happen and be beneficial for both sides. Now, I've talked about why it'd be beneficial for the Seahawks, because you'd get the talent, you'd get the veteran experience, you'd have the possibility to win now, get a guy that will help you win now, as well as help get younger players ready to take his spot. And it would be very good for KJ Wright, because it would allow him to go into a scheme that he is comfortable with after having a very limited market this offseason, really having nobody want him, nobody sign him, and his main player, the Dallas Cowboys, drafting Micah Parsons has kind of shown that they're not really interested in signing him. They may still sign him, but I believe he will have the biggest role if he signs back with the Seattle Seahawks, plays a starting role, shows that he can still do it, and go into next year's offseason with the money back, because teams are able to sell out stadiums going into this next season. The money is obviously going to come back after a very down year monetarily because of COVID-19. It's going to be beneficial for every single player going into the open market next offseason, and that is something that KJ Wright can take advantage of. He comes back to the Seattle Seahawks on a 1-year deal. The Seahawks have the opportunity to win now, get a guy that helps them win now. KJ Wright has the opportunity to show that he's still got it, show that he is still worth the money. The Seattle Seahawks may not pay him come next offseason, but another team will, and with the money there, teams will be much more willing to give him the money that he wants to be that veteran that is going to help them win now. I think that it will be beneficial for both sides. KJ Wright would have the opportunity to show out, get another really good year under his belt, and have another opportunity for money next year when the money is going to be better for the entire league, and it'll help the Seahawks possibly win now, get a guy that can help younger players as well as have a meaningful impact on the field, helping them in possibly achieving their goal of winning a Super Bowl. Now, of course, this may not happen, but I would love for KJ Wright to be brought back. I think the Seattle Seahawks would benefit. I think KJ Wright would benefit, as I've stated with my 3 reasons. Let me know down below in the comments what you think about this. I think that this would be a great move for both sides. Let me know down below in the comments what you think about it, though. Like I said, leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and with that, I'd like to thank you for watching. Have a great day.